Y'all didn't think I was really unboxing something on this channel, did you? Ha ha. Psych, not happening here. Love to see them, love to watch them, absolutely do, but that's not what this is for. So when I started this channel, I told you all that I would go beyond the smoke and mirrors of situations in my life with marriage, finance, fitness, fashion, family, all of that stuff. And so one of the things that I wanted to do probably, I don't know, a long time ago, at least 3 years ago, was tell the story behind some of the things that I've acquired. It's really easy to get caught up on Instagram when you see all the shiny objects, all the pretty. I'm not saying that people are materialistic or whatever the case may be. People like what they like, and I understand that. Now, there are some materialistic people out there. Let me be very clear. There are some people who their whole aim in life is to stunt for the gram. And do what you do, son, ma'am, whatever it is that you need to do, you do that. But over here, we're keeping it a buck. And I want to talk to you about this is actually my second Louis bag that I acquired. The first one was given to me as a gift by a wonderful client turned sister friend of mine. Hey girl, hey, you know who you are. But that wasn't enough for me. I wanted another bag and actually bought a bag that I actually didn't really care about. Liked it, but it wasn't like my, oh God, I want this bag. So a little backstory. I grew up watching my mom carry, not Louis bags, plural. She had one Louis bag. It was a Speedy 30, I believe, in the monogram print. And so I was no stranger to luxury goods coming up because I watched my mother, like she wouldn't buy this stuff. Well, her Louis bag, I think, was brand new, but they were like $500 back then. I mean, they are not now, but they were then. And so this is not something that I wasn't accustomed to seeing, but somebody actually stole that bag. And then her coworkers bought her a new one, whatever. Needless to say, the luxury seeds in my life were planted very early. I've actually been this way pretty much since birth. And I think that that's okay. But one of the things that is not okay is when you spend money that you do not have in order to acquire said goods. Now, this story isn't even about that. So I'm going to show you the bag, and this is going to be our unboxing. All right. So ain't no unboxing to here. This is the bag right here. This is, it's what is this thing called? Oh God, Neverfull GM. Thanks, Danny. Neverfull GM. I think when I got it, I paid about $1,600 after tax and shipping, I think. Something like that. I don't know, y'all, but now they're more than they were in 2017 when I got it. But this was the bag. I still carry it to this day. I actually am not very gentle on my things. Lord help me. It's a workhorse, as my friend calls it. I carry multiple computers in it at a time, and then be thinking to myself, you're gonna be mad if you break that strap, sis, because the strap is going to cost you $4.2 million to fix. I digress. Anyway, so I bought this bag after I got my first 5-figure contract in my business. So I had been in business since end of 2010, which nothing really popped off. I was just actually a formed business. And then it took me till 2017 to get this bag. And when I did it, y'all, I had the cash per se, right? But I bought the bag on credit because on credit. And ended up not paying off the bag like I thought I was going to pay in the 6 months that I had, because as we know, entrepreneurship, you can be rich some days, not rich some other days. And so I carried interest on this bag until probably 2020, I think. Probably paid for the bag 2 times over already. So I just got delivered from it, I think in 2020. I think it was 2020 that I actually paid it off. But anyway, neither here nor there. I said all that to say that I wanted to be real about how I acquired the bag. And I kicked myself a million times because I should have paid cash for it. At the time, I could have paid the cash for it, and me playing these mind games with myself, I'm going to hold on to this, to my cash, and I'm going to like pay it off. And of course that didn't happen because I did get, I didn't make any more 5-figure contracts that year. I had a couple fairly high 4-figure contracts, and I still didn't pay it off. And so I paid the price for it. And I remember telling a friend of mine, we were sitting at their table, and I was showing them my bag, and my brother, well, we'll call him my brother, he and I was telling him how like it was one of the dumbest purchases I've ever made. And it's not because it was dumb in of itself. It was because of how I did it. I'm not telling you credit cards are bad. Don't kill me, Dave Ramsey. I'm not saying that you can't leverage your good credit and pay things off before you get interest. But I chose to do it the dumb way, not pay it off, even though I had 6 months to pay it off, no interest. And then I ended up paying more money for the bag than I should have. So he was like, why can't you just enjoy the bag? Why does it have to be like, I don't have the money to put in the bag, blah, blah, blah. And while all of those things are very true, it was a lesson for me in not doing that. No, don't do that again. Because do you really need it? Like, is that something that you really need? Or is it just something that you want? And is it going to cause you more pain later? And I can't say that it was like, oh gosh, so much pain, but literally like 2017 was a good year. 2018 was a like, girl, you got to pull it together year. And by 2019, January, I was getting a full-time job, doing something that it wasn't that I didn't want to do the job that I was doing, but I didn't want to go back to work full-time, but I really had no choice because at that time the debt was kind of drowning us. And I'll tell more about that story another day. I'll actually tell that story. But I just wanted to come on and share, like, when you see me with this bag, it was for me the day that I like purchased it online. Literally, it was a girl, you've been wanting this bag for a minute, or wanting a Louis bag for a minute. Treat yourself, and congratulations and all of that. But it just wasn't the right time. Now, of course, God is a redeemer, and the bag is paid for, praise God. But if I had it to do all over again, I wouldn't have bought this bag. I remember sitting in my interview for my job, and my then supervisor or hiring manager saying to me, oh, that's a nice bag. I think my wife has one. And I looked at him and I said, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever bought. And y'all, please hear me on this. I like nice things, and I still purchase nice things. What has changed about me is the need to have things right then, or to make a decision that's going to be detrimental to me in the future. I never have been a super impulse buyer. So it wasn't even that. Like, if I pull a trigger, the trigger is being pulled because it's been premeditated. Like, I've been thinking about this thing for a minute. However, just because I can does not mean I should. And this was one of those situations where I really couldn't, truth be told, like, I couldn't. I think it was Jay-Z that said, if you can't buy it twice, then you can't afford it. And while mathematically, yes, I could have bought it twice, that was me not thinking about the future in terms of what if you don't book another gig. Like, I was on my fake faith at that time. Not that I didn't have faith that God was going to bring me business, but I can't just move as if there's no tomorrow. So anyway, I want to share that. People will probably click on this. They'll see the thumbnail. They'll click on this, not thinking that this is what it is. This is not to bring condemnation to anyone. It's not to make anybody feel bad about the financial decisions that they've made in their life. And it's not to put on a pedestal people who don't buy luxury goods. The thing that I've learned over the years is that folks do what they want to do, right? And we should make the decisions that are best for us. We just want to be wise in that. You don't get a cookie because you don't like Louis, and you aren't bad because you do. And that's something that I've had to learn. I know people who are like, you better than me, and blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. But you have to remember, folks spend their money on what they want to spend their money on. What we're trying to do is spend our money wisely and be able to have delayed gratification around this piece. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you've ever bought something and then like had buyer's remorse afterwards. And if you care about sharing what it is, share what it is. I don't have buyer's remorse often, but with this bag, I definitely did. So I knew that it wasn't for me. I think about the scripture that says the blessings of the Lord addeth increase and no sorrow. And because of the way I got it, and the fact that I did not do what I said I was going to do, that is where the sorrow came in. And I can't say I didn't have peace when I was buying, because I think people use that as a litmus test. Like, oh, I have peace. I don't use that because I could be in my feelings that day. But I do use, well, let me not say I don't use that. I do, if I'm seeking for godly peace, I'm actually praying about it. I ain't one time pray about this Louis bag. Let me be clear. Not one time. So don't feel bad if you got it. God will take care of you. Don't feel bad if you don't got it. God will still take care of you. You are not amazing because you don't buy luxury goods. Let me be clear with that. And you're not bad because you do. And then you're also not amazing because you buy luxury goods. Let me put that into perspective. We be over here not thinking of ourselves more highly than we are. So anyway, I love y'all. God bless you. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you ever get buyer's remorse about anything, or if you just be like, YOLO. Take good care of yourself, and God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.